What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here, and welcome to episode 22 of If I Had a Hammer. And today we're going to be taking on our London rivals in Chelsea. But before we get to that, we must go over how we've been faring over the last month plus in the league as well as in the FA Cup. So let's take a look at those results. A little bit of it good, a little bit of it bad. Let's take a look for yourself. Following our last LiveCom loss against Southampton, we then came back with a 2-1 victory away from home against Bournemouth. Bournemouth actually got off to a great start in the 11th minute. Robin Quaison getting a goal for them. However, they did not score the rest of the match, as Tommy Hoban and Martin Odegaard getting goals for the Hammers to help seal the victory. We did have more possession, however, Bournemouth, a lot more shots, a lot more on target, but good stalwart defense from the back line, as well as the wall and net. Carl Darlow actually coming into his own now that Jack Butland is still recovering from injury. I honestly did not think he was going to be this good. I thought he would be exactly what I bought him for, backup level goalkeeper, but he's been holding his own, gotta be said. And finally, a non-loss versus a big London side as we came away 2-2 draw versus Tottenham Hotspur. Jamie Vardy getting both goals for the Hammers in the 45th and 58th minutes. However, Spurs answered back in the 27th and 62nd to knot the match up. We did have more shots, more on target, more possession. However, Tottenham were very deadly in the final third, and it felt like that a draw was the best possible result from both sides. They looked deadly in the final third, late on in the match. We looked deadly early on. Honestly, a point versus Spurs is honestly the best result I probably could have gotten. Did not want to lose to them, and a win would have been nice, but a point that definitely helps solidify our position. We then came up to a little bit of a rest match, as it was then the FA Cup match versus Oldham Athletic, and we really stomped them 4-0, even though it was a little bit of a rotated side. Obiang, Poyampalo, and Odegaard all with the goals in the first half for West Ham. 18 shots, 11 on target, 54% possession. Jack Butland is coming back off of injury. This was his return match just to try and get him back into match fitness. Moussa Dembele, his first start on the season, I want to say, if not in a very long while, getting him a little bit of a run out. Wanted to see how Charlie Taylor did, and honestly did very well. A 9.0 average rating plus an assist on a goal. Reece Burke holding his own, the young 20-year-old. Definitely want to use him more and more as the season progresses, because he is turning into a solid center back. But overall, a great win against Oldham that sees us into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. We then matched big win for big win, as a straight red card on Samuel Umtiti in the 60th minute for Liverpool really swayed the match, and what helped us win by the final score of 4-1 at Anfield. Daniel Sturridge, of course, the only goal scorer for Liverpool in the 31st. We had Poyampalo and Jamie Vardy score by that time, but once Umtiti got sent off, it was pretty much all hands on deck for Liverpool. They really needed everybody in defense. They pushed everyone back, but it still didn't stop Driussi and Poyampalo from getting a second to put the match up as it was. Overall, the team played extremely well, even if there were a lot of fouls in the match. We didn't take as many shots as I would have liked. We had 10 shots, 5 on target, but 4 of them went in. And against a team like Liverpool, who are starting to go on the decline, 3 points was definitely a much needed and much deserved result. But we then followed that up by somewhat of a shocking result, as we traveled away to the Stadium of Light and only came away with a 2-2 draw versus Sunderland. Dimitri Payet being our only true goal scorer in the 42nd minute. There was an own goal scored by one of the Sunderland defenders, but at the same time, Sunderland also needed to come back. We were leading 2-1 at that point in time, but Kermit Erasmus in the 75th minute giving the match-tying goal for Sunderland. Defensively, we could have done a little better. Tommy Hoban, Sam Byram, not playing all that well on the day, not playing as to how well they've played in the past. Today was just an off day for them. Sunderland taking 17 shots is something we needed to limit, 6 of them being on target too. It was a day that, like I said, felt that we could have had something from this, maybe could have edged it out. That own goal did help, but the late equalizer by Sunderland nullifying that, only getting a point. If we want to stay in European competitions, we cannot have results like this. And then finally, in a match that was a lot closer than I thought it would be, we lost to Manchester City at home by the score of 1-0. Marco Piacca, the only goal scorer for the Citizens, they had a lot less shots on target than us. They had 13 shots total, 4 of them on target. We had 14 and 7. Possession was roughly about the same, but unfortunately, the amount of fouls that we kept giving up did eventually lead to a sending off by Marwan Fellaini late in the match. The match was already decided by that point in time, but to see him get sent off yet again with another red card is really starting to get on my nerves. We obviously want to look to try and build upon that, but I felt that it could have been a lot better. We probably could have came away with a draw on another day, but you know, Manchester City or Manchester City, they will have the talent to beat you. And really, those last 2 results are what pushed us out of the top 4. We are now sitting in 6th place, 54 points through 30 matches. The top 4 are as follows: City, United, Chelsea, and Liverpool. Liverpool starting to lose their grasp because 6 weeks ago they were sitting in 2nd place. They have not had a great run of form. The only team in front of us at the moment now is Arsenal, who have jumped back ahead as Newcastle have started to slip down the table. They have gone from 3rd to 7th. But against Chelsea, I feel that Chelsea are being a curious case. They're right near the top, but they haven't really grasped the brass ring per se, because this entire season they've been sitting at or about 2nd place. They haven't really pushed up into 1st. I think it's because they hit similar bad streaks of form where, you know, they'll beat the teams they should, but then lose to some random encounter. I think they lost to Norwich or drew to Norwich, but I feel that Chelsea are a beatable team, if not drawable. So, you know, like I said, any given Sunday, quite honestly, or in this case, any given Saturday, as a fire truck is going outside my window, excuse that, they can be beat. Any team can beat any other team, and I feel that is the same way with Chelsea. So enough rambling, let's kick off and see what happens with this match. So this is the formation that we are going to be going with today. It's back to the anchor, and the lineup is as follows. Jack Butland is going to be in net. Subotic and Hoban, the 2 center backs, with Cresswell and Flanagan out on the wings. Marky Noble will be the defensive mid, with Pedro Obiang, the lone center mid, sitting in front of him. The attacking mids of Payet, Driussi, and Zivkovic, and then Jamie Vardy sitting up top as the lone striker. Like I said, Chelsea can be beaten, but you really need to take it to them. You really need to put them on their back foot. Hopefully, that's what we can do today. So let's kick off and see what happens. Cross fingers, hope for a good result. Alright, 2 minutes in, Chelsea get themselves a corner kick. Good clearance away by Subotic, but they still have the ball. Eden Hazard picks it up. Defensively, we cannot be lackadaisical. Oh, good takeaway by Zivkovic. Gets it through to Vardy. Vardy is through on goal. Oh, just misses the far post. I thought that would have been a goal. Throws it into Mark Noble. Back out to Cresswell on the wing. Doesn't have a lot of options. Noble to Driussi. Oh, good flick on. There's been good build-ups or good passing plays to get the ball into the attacking third. But what can we do with it from here? Zivkovic cutting inside. Lays it off to Jamie Vardy, and Jamie Vardy makes it 1-0 to West Ham. Come on. Oh, really? Just about 3 minutes left to go in this half, and we have the ball, and we're doing very well. For Jamie Vardy, open. Oh, that should have been a goal. Good save from Courtois. Vardy with wide open chance. That should have been a goal. And we come to halftime, and we are doing very well, holding our own against Chelsea. Honestly thought that we should have had that goal. I did not think Vardy was offside. Ref probably saw that he was just a hair, maybe had a little bit of a leg offside, but it is what it is. It's 0-0, and you know, all we can do is to try and continue giving it to Chelsea. Keep putting them on their back foot and hit them on the counterattacks. There's going to be a goal in this. I have a feeling there will be a goal in this. Hopefully it's to our side. So, second 45, let's kick back off and see what happens. Free kick, Zivkovic lays it off to Vardy, who's in a really deep position, but gets it ahead to Cresswell out on the wing to Obiang. Obiang through to Driussi, through to Payet. Ooh, what a save from Courtois. It's tipped and it goes out for a corner. Riesberg has come on as a sub for Subotic, who had the yellow card. Oh, I thought it was a foul for Chelsea, but it's actually on Reese Burke. Hopefully he doesn't pick up a yellow card. I don't want to see my subs get yellow cards after I subbed them off for people with yellow cards. Jamie Vardy takes on his man, gets Roundup, lays it back out to Obiang, to Noble, out to Flanagan, waiting for men in the box. He can get a crossing, you know, but he got the ball back. Oh, pick out somebody. And the ball is cleared away. We're still attacking. We're still laying it into Chelsea. Driussi through to Zivkovic. Takes a shot in Zivkovic. There you go. That's why he is our star player. And it's very unfortunate that he expresses his desire to leave because he can do magical things like that. It's going to be a sad, sad day once Zivkovic leaves the club because he can make shots like that. He has the vision to make great passes and take great shots. And that was a great shot right there, finally getting it past Courtois. 79 minutes gone now, and Chelsea coming forth on an attack. Eden Hazard up the wing, gets it into Icardi. Wow! Great save from Jack Butland as he stopped Mauro Icardi from getting the equalizer. Chelsea still coming forward, though. They are dangerous, and they equalized. Arda Turan equalizing with 8 minutes left to go on the clock. Can't say that they haven't had their chances. Can't say that they don't deserve their goal. They've had a lot more shots on us. And it was just a matter of, was it going to happen or not? I really wanted to shut them out, but there it is. Equalizer, 1-1. Can we hold them out for the next 5 minutes? And with 20 seconds left to go on the clock, I don't think we're going to get an equalizer. It'd be nice if Odegaard threw in a cross and we had a late goal out to Cresswell. One last attacking chance. And no, this is going to be cleared away. And there it is, full time. West Ham won, Chelsea won. Damn. Oh, I thought we really would have had this match in hand. But unfortunately, the late goal by Arda Turan nulls out the Zivkovic goal. And we only come away with a point. But I'll take a point versus Chelsea. I mean, as long as we didn't lose, that's all I really wanted against the teams like Chelsea, against teams like Tottenham. That just shows the progress that we're making as a club. You were very unlucky because, you know, you gave up that goal late. But as it stands right now, we are still in European contentions. We moved up into 5th place. Arsenal and Newcastle still have to play their matches, but I don't think that Newcastle will win theirs. Arsenal could possibly, but that'll drop us back down into 6th. Still in reasonable European spots. So honestly, it's not that bad. We still have 7 matches left to go in the season, and it's really tight near the top. Between us and Man City, only 9 points separate us. I feel that 4th place is completely possible to get into Champions League football, but it all depends on how we do down the stretch. Let's take a look at the matches that we have coming up in the final portion of the season. So here are the matches we have coming up for the remainder of the season. Just 8 matches left, possibly 9 if we get past Everton first in the quarterfinal of the FA Cup, but then a solid run of matches that we could possibly go on an undefeated streak. Norwich, Crystal Palace, Swansea, Watford, Burnley. Those matches I feel that we can take something out of, that we can at least get a draw in all of them. Then you have Arsenal right there sitting in the penultimate match. It is at the Emirates. That's a tricky go, no matter who you are. And then finally Everton to round out the season. I'm really mixed about when I want to come back, because if we beat Everton and we have the FA Cup semifinal draw, that match obviously needs to be tallied into it. I don't want to come all the way back versus Everton in the next episode, because a lot will have happened in that amount of time. So I think you have Everton or I don't want to come back against like Watford or Burnley, because those are probably those are honestly piss easy matches. I'm not going to lie. Watford, though, with Igalho definitely is a little more tricky. Swansea are relegation candidates. Burnley are relegation candidates. You know what? When we come back, it'll be against Watford. I feel like they'll pose the biggest challenge out of everyone except Arsenal. So I feel that we will come back, and in fact, that will be in about a month's time as well. So when we come back next episode, it will be us versus Watford at home at the Olympic Stadium. So until that time, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new and you want to see new FM content on the channel. Any comments, suggestions, questions, anything else, please leave in the comment box below. But as always, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.